Hey team, this is Team Leader Natalie here, and this is the very first Wild Card Wednesday on the Next Fitness Thing. What is Wild Card Wednesday? Well, in these classes, we will have a variety of games, activities, different things that we're going to do, and it's going to be a little bit unique each week because we got to keep things fresh and keep things fun, right? That's the whole point of being together on these early morning classes. So, lace up those sneakers, grab your headphones, and get started walking, and I'll be able to share more with you about what we're going to do today. In yesterday's class, you learned about one of our other team leaders, Anna. I would like to thank her for all of the visuals that you will see in today's class. She has traveled to so many places. I was jealous. I might speak a lot of languages, but I haven't gone to a lot of places. Not like the way some of the other trainers and team leaders and even teammates on this team. How much you guys travel impresses me more and more. And I learn about new places around the globe that I never even knew existed. So you will get to see a variety of pictures. She has been to Croatia, to Greece, to Mexico, Slovenia, I think is how you say the other place. There were more, but this is what I can remember off the top of my head. So I encourage you, when you're in her classes, feel free to ask her about some of her amazing vacations and trips that she's been on. A few quick reminders before we get started with our game. Make sure you are using good walking form today. That means that your knee is slightly bent when your foot hits the ground. You are rolling through your toes, and your toes are pointed straight forward. You are landing lightly on your foot. With your legs, you are lifting your legs. You are not shuffling, and your hips are rotating and slightly hinge forward from your hips, but you want to make sure you are mostly vertical. You want to make sure when you are taking those nice deep breaths, you are breathing into your belly and you're keeping your spine tall and your chest proud. For our game today, we will be playing some riddles. I guess not playing. We're going to be listening to some riddles and seeing if we can figure them out. So let's get ready for the first one. For our first riddle, it's something that belongs to you, but other people use it more than you. What is it? All right, give up? Did you guess? I don't know. Austin, tell us the answer. What is something that belongs to you, but other people use it more than you?
Your name.
All right, for our next riddle, what loses its head in the morning, but gets it back at night? What do you think? Comment below and let us know. Olivia, do you know what it is?
IDK.
IDK. How about you, Austin? Do you know what it is?
No.
All right, ready? What loses its head in the morning and gets it back at night?
I don't know.
It's a pillow.
A pillow?
Okay, let's see if this next one is one that you can figure out. I go up, I go down, but I never move. What am I? It's so funny. As I'm reading each of these, I was looking them up on Google, and so I would read the riddle, and then you had to click like the next, you had to click a link to get the answer. And every time I read the riddle, I was like, I have no clue. I have no clue. And then the minute that the answer is there in front of me, I'm like, oh, duh. So let's think back to this one. I go up, I go down, but I never move. What am I? That would be the stairs. You can go upstairs, you can go downstairs, but those stairs, they do not move unless they're an escalator. Anyway, there we go. All right, let's move into the next one. Riddle number 4. When it gets cold, I fall down even when it's not slippery. What am I? I do want to mention that there were a whole bunch of riddles in this list that were like super easy to get. So I did choose the ones that I personally could not figure out on my own. I wanted it to be challenging, but I would not be surprised if some of you, especially my regular early bird crew, figure these out way faster than I did. When it gets cold, I fall down, even if it is not slippery. What am I? Leaves. Those leaves will fall down when it gets cold, no matter what. Did you get that one? I didn't. I was lost. Actually, wait, was this the one that I got? There was another one about leaves that I was like, this is way too easy. So it actually might have been this one, but there was extra clues and it made it too easy, so I just cut out everything else. My kids aren't here right now, but I really wish they were for this next one. If fruit comes from a fruit tree, where do chickens come from? So if fruit comes from a fruit tree, where do chickens come from? The reason I'm saying I wish that my kids were here is because my son, for some reason, he has decided that when he doesn't know an answer or a response to anything that we're saying, he will just respond with the word chicken. Like, that's just his thing. Like, we could say, hey, Austin, what do you want to do today? Chicken. Like, this is like his new thing. And it's not super new. I think he's been doing it for about a month now. But I just, as soon as I saw this, it made me think of him. So, comment below if you know the answer to this. This one is definitely more of like bordering on the bad dad joke, those silly dad jokes. That's what this is kind of bordering on. So I hope, Michelle, you are listening today. So if fruit comes from a fruit tree, chickens come from poultry. Get it? I mean, that one was pretty bad. I felt like that one was like the most like I said, a bad dad joke that any of the other ones I found. So, okay. Let's before I move on to the next one, I do want to let you know we are very quickly approaching the half point, the midway point of this class. So, if you need to turn around to get back to your starting point by the end of today's class, please do so now. Thank you. All right, here we are for riddle number 6. What falls on water but never gets wet? So when I was putting all these together last night, I completely forgot to write down the answers, and I actually forgot the answer to this one. So I just Googled it again, and the answer that I got today is not the same one I got yesterday, but both of them work for this riddle. So there are two correct responses here. What falls on water but never gets wet? Got any ideas? I'll give you a few more seconds. So the first answer is a reflection is something that falls on water but never gets wet. And the other answer could be a shadow. What do you think? Shadow was the first answer. That was what was in the list last night. But when I saw reflection, I actually feel like that works better in this riddle. But comment below and let me know what you think. Okay, here's another good one. What runs but cannot walk? I don't know about you, but I absolutely love these brain teaser word games. I'm not as good at the trivia type brain teasers. You're going to get a dose of that, I believe, tomorrow. We will be featuring Mary Beth in one of our past classes over on thenextfitnessthing.com. And those, they are presented with multiple choice options, but honestly, more than half the time, I'm going to be super honest with you guys here. I either A, am barely listening because I'm so ingrained in like the conversation that's going on in the chat, or I have no clue and I'm just like, oh gosh, I have no idea. So I just guess whatever letter, or I look, wait, even worse. I wait to see what other people guess first because I'm nervous to be the first one to say it if I'm not, if like, I'm not sure. And it's not like you have to be really worried why, right? Like nobody's going to be like, oh, Natalie, how could you think that? But for some reason, honestly, some of those questions are so nowhere in my wheelhouse that I'm just like, you know what, whatever. And so that's not how I feel about the brain teasers, but it's fun to join. Other people are amazing at those. So I am totally sidetracked here. So sorry about that. So back to riddle number 8. What runs but cannot walk? Do you know? A river. A river runs but cannot walk. We got another water question. It actually wasn't my original question for riddle number 8, but I once again forgot to write the answer to the other riddle. I can, oh, what was it? Let me see if I can find it again. Hang on. I'm sorry. When rain falls, does it ever get up? Do you guys know the answer to that? There was, obviously it's a yes no question, but there was not only the answer yes or no, there was like a little bit of like a response after that, like a rationale afterwards. And I cannot remember it. I cannot find the site where I found it. So if you know the answer to this, comment below and let me know, because I would love to remember and find that answer. When rain falls, does it ever get up?
Explode every time you go and slam the door. I adore how we always end up on the floor. We know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then be back it up.
Okay, I have a couple more for you before we finish up today. Let's move on to riddle number 9. What man cannot live in a house? What man cannot live in a house? All right, what man cannot live in a house? Oh, I'm going to show you a snowman. I liked that one. I feel like I could use this with my students. That was a really good one. This is actually a drawing I did. I used an application on the iPad. It is called Art Studio Pro, and you can actually design a bunch of different things using it, and I used it for a long time to make clip art. Since having kids, that doesn't happen as often anymore, but it's really fun. So if you happen to like drawing or you are interested in trying something new and different, I definitely think you should check it out. Art Studio Pro. There is a free version and then obviously a pro version, which I believe is like a one-time fee. I don't pay for a subscription to it. The other thing I love about apps like that is when you have like a family plan, my kids are able to have the exact same pro version of the app on their iPads without having to pay any additional money, which is fantastic because some of the subscriptions you have to pay, the monthly subscriptions now are just a little bit crazy. And my kids have gotten really into drawing and they absolutely love using that app. So it's also another really fun rainy day activity if you are looking for something this summer.
You circle around me like the moon around the earth, always ending with a kiss. I'm clueless. We pretend that we don't really care at
All right, and for our very last riddle for today's class, believe it or not, here we go with riddle number 10. What animal can jump higher than a tree? What animal can jump higher than a tree?
We're perfectly opposite. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more but you don't want to get. We're perfectly
Originally, I was going to be doing logic questions for this class, but it was so verbose that I was worried that without seeing the visual and then trying to read the visual in a class like this on your phone, it would be too much going on. But I took a logic quiz, and for the very first question, my husband was already arguing with me that he's like, no, that's not the right answer, because there was like it was four choices, right? It was like if this, then this, so this must be true. And he tried to argue with me that I was wrong, and I'm like, I took a logic class. So he said, all right, let's both take the quiz and then we'll see who gets, who knows more, because he was swore that I was very illogical, but which I will say I don't have a lot of common sense all the time, but with that kind of stuff, I'm good because I love these kinds of puzzles and brain teasers in this way. I got 100% and he didn't want to take the quiz. So there you go. All right, so for our last answer, what animal can jump higher than a tree? All animals can jump higher than a tree because trees can't jump. Ha ha.
Just watch me. Just watch me.
I will say it is so much easier to do these voiceovers with my children playing outside in the pool at the beautiful Airbnb we are staying at. It is a community pool, but we are the only ones there. I'm so excited. So I'm going to say thank you so much for being here with me this morning. I am so happy to be walking with you. I hope you enjoyed these riddles. Comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed the very first Wildcard Wednesday, and let me know if you would like to see similar or different type of content for next Wednesday. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget, I will see you tomorrow for Mary Beth's Brain Teaser Walk. And don't forget, we have a variety of other classes with a lot of amazing other trainers over on thenextfitnessthing.com. Feel free to check it out if this is something that interests you. Have a wonderful day.